Hi, this is Jim Purcell with I published The Courier and the Inside Clam Digger. We're here today with John Merla, who's the longtime mayor of Keyport. John, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Well, there's an awful lot of discussion on the message boards and also in print when it comes to your trial. I understand that it's been put back.
Yes, it's rescheduled for December the 12th. I believe there was a conflict with the judge's schedule and that they had to reassign the trial date.
Now, I understand that unlike a lot of the folks that have experienced the prosecution and the like in Operation Bidrig, that you've actually received a great deal of support from your community.
Well, inside the community, the support has been very well received by myself and my family, but also outside of the community, there have been leaders that have offered intense support. But the support within the municipality has been great by a lot of different organizations, friends, families, residents. I'm not going to say that there's, 100% support out there, because there are those that just never even voted for me, of course, don't support me. But I would say that on the scale is very well received, of good support.
Now, you've been involved with Keyport as an elected official for how long?
Go back to 1984.
Wow. How old were you at that time, by the way?
I was first elected at the age of 23, and the first time I was mayor, I was 28.
Wow. So you've seen ups and you've seen downs. And do you want to comment a little bit about how important, family and friends and that sort of thing have been, through this latest issue?
Well, to be honest with you, it's probably the toughest issue anyone can ever face in their life. And if you don't have good family and close friends, real friends, that look out for your best interests, it means everything. I have two young children. They've been put through a lot these past 18, 20 months, and it's not easy, but you know what? A good close-knit family has made a tremendous impact.
Have you had any, anytime anybody goes through a difficult time, they inevitably end up finding a new perspective. If you had to say one thing that's positive that you've taken from this whole thing, what do you think it would be?
Well, the positive thing is that being as an elected official, I really think, you're under the microscope as it is, not only within your community, but throughout the state. And I have no ill feelings towards anybody for this, this arrest and this indictment. But I think what one positive spin is that it gives you a greater, I believe, strength within yourself to fight for what you believe is right, and lay down and don't fight for the things that you believe are wrong. And I've been a fighter all my life, but when you're fighting for yourself, it's a little different. I've always fought for the people that I served, and now I'm fighting for myself, and I find the people within the community, outside the community, fighting for me, and that gives you a great deal of strength. So the positive thing I would say is, at this whole thing, is the amount of support and strength that I've received has what's kept me going.
You've maintained your unequivocal innocence throughout this.
Absolutely.
And do you want to reflect a little bit on that when it comes to a lot of the headlines that we've seen? In Northern Monmouth, we've seen in the Asbury Park Press, and even the Courier and the Independent, and you've seen so many situations where folks have admitted guilt, and basically they've seen their day in court. There have been characterizations formed about that, but does it have an impact on you when people rush to judgment, either in the media or outside the media?
Well, I think because I've been in politics such a long time, that I've made a lot of friends, but down the road I've probably made a lot of enemies also. And because I've been involved 21 years, I didn't think that I was such a guru that I am painted as sometimes by the media. There are other people that have been involved with this operation from day one. They get maybe a headline here and there, but when it comes to John Merla, it's constant headlines, and it's just constant negative headlines. And I think I deserve a fair chance and a fair trial, like everyone in life. And I just think that there are, other people throughout the country, throughout the county, throughout the world that do bad things, and you know what? They make the headlines one time, twice, and they're on the news and it's over. It just seems like everybody has got me painted as this big bear. The one independent newspapers identified me and connected me to mobsters, calling me Teflon John. I don't appreciate that. My kids don't even know what it means. My family thinks it's a disgrace, to tie somebody that's been a hard worker all his life to organized crime. I think is an insult, and maybe a discrimination remark towards the Italian race.
Your children go to school in the borough of Keyport.
Yes.
You have two young children, one a boy, one a girl, I believe.
Yes.
And they've had to deal with some of this.
They've had to deal with it a lot.